If you're suffering through overthinking and you feel stuck inside your own life, you might want to try this proven method today. It has helped most of my clients and I'm giving it that today. Imagine going to watch a movie and after the movie is finished, you feel stuck inside the theater, not able to come out. Now, would that be a good experience? Would you ever like to go back to that theater? Especially when the movie is bad, or if it's a horror movie, or maybe if it's too boring of a movie. Well, actually, regardless of whether the movie is good or if it's not, you do not want to be stuck. You do not want to feel restricted. Am I right? Let me begin by asking you this question. Have you ever caught yourself fighting in an argument inside your own head that really never happened? You find yourself replaying an old memory again and again, thinking of what you should have said, what you could have said, or how that might have turned out, or what they might be thinking about you, or what could go wrong next week itself. Now, if the answer is yes, let me remind you that you're not crazy, you're just a human being. But maybe also that you are trapped inside your own story that your mind is writing, while your whole life is quietly unfolding in front of you. Welcome to Mind Healing with Bhavish. I'm a transformational coach and a therapist. And in this video, we are going to explore a really powerful truth. Why most of our stress, anxiety, and unhappiness isn't caused by life, but by our own mind's imaginary theater. And more importantly, how do we step out of that theater and return back home? So shall we begin? Now imagine this. Your mind is like a very creative person, always writing scripts, always building scenes, creating that sort of drama required for a very dramatic movie. It shows you a disaster that might happen next month, but regardless of whether that will happen or not, you trust your mind's creativity. And eventually, you believe it. Next up, you start authentically playing that role. You embody that role. You play it with all your might, and then you start to panic, as the role suggests. It replays a moment from 3 years back ago when somebody might have insulted you. Somebody might have said something that you did not like. And now, in this very moment, you feel angry again. And you know what is happening inside your body? Your heart starts to beat faster. Your stomach tightens up. Like as if it's happening right now in this very moment. There is no difference. Obviously, this moment doesn't seem so great, does it? It creates fake conversations inside your head. And you begin to imagine what someone is or what someone might be thinking about you, what they might say. And just like that, you're fighting a person who has not even opened their mouth yet, or who isn't even in the room with you at the moment. Except the emotion is, and it is overwhelming. Now, does that sound familiar to you? Now, this is what I call a mind theater. And you are the actor. Your thoughts are the lines from that script that your mind is playing. But the show, you know and I know, isn't real. Still, your body, your heart, your emotions, they respond to it as if it's real. You feel the fear. You feel the stress. You feel that sadness that comes with the script. Not because something has actually happened, but because something might happen or once would have happened, and your mind just won't let it go. Now, let me give you a very simple metaphor to understand this. Think of a gardener. He has beautiful plants in front of him, like all the varieties. And instead of watering them, he spends all of his day worrying about a disease that might come next season, or the weed that might crop up inside his own plantation, or the pests that ruined his crops, let's say 5 years back. Meanwhile, the real garden right in front of him is dry, undernourished, neglected, forgotten. Now, that gardener is most of us. We miss the present moment because we are stuck in past that is already gone, but won't come back, or a future that has not even arrived yet. Let's try to understand this from another example. Imagine you're sailing a ship, but instead of looking at the sea or the stars or the wind, you're just staring at an old, stained, almost torn imaginary map. This map is drawn by your own fears and assumptions. And then you keep wondering to yourself, why do you feel lost? Now, the truth is that most of our pain does not come from the situation. Now, this is very important for you to understand. It comes from the stories about the situation. What can be done? The answer is very simple. Come back to what is real right now in this moment. Not what could have happened, not what should have happened, just what is. Now, I know it sounds very simple, but trust me, it is the most powerful shift that you'll ever make in your life if you do this. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel the weight of your body on this chair which you're sitting on. Notice your breath. Look at what's actually happening around you, in the real, in the moment. Not what your mind is telling you is happening. Now, this kind of doing is not a denial. It is not a suppression. It is called as mindfulness. This is also called as reality-based living, in the moment, in the now. Now, let's say you are in a stressful meeting somewhere. Now, you could go into your mind theater and you can start to think about, he always cuts me off. Or what if I mess up? Or what if I lose this job? Why is it always happening to me? Why am I the only victim? Why am I the only one suffering? Or you could stay with what is. You can take a breath, hear the actual words being said by the person, feel your hands, and respond from what is present, not what is imagined. And you know what the difference is? One drains you, the other one empowers you. Now you may ask me, but Bhavish, the fear feels so real. And I would say, yes. Even though the stories aren't true, the feelings that they create are very real. The stress, the heart racing, the anxiety, they are not fake. Just like a nightmare feels real, even though we know that there is no monster under your bed. There is no one standing right next to you. There is no snake on the bed or somewhere close to you. But that feels very real, doesn't it? That's why we call it a real illusion. It's like living inside a dream your brain has created. Feeling everything, reacting to everything, while forgetting that it is actually not happening. And do you know what the price we pay for it? We miss out on the actual life. The laughter in the room, the taste of the food that we're eating, the joy of a quiet moment, the real opportunities waiting in the moment, in the now, the love and presence of our own loved ones, and enjoying the moment with our own loved ones. We miss out on all of that. You know why? Because our head is busy fighting imaginary ghosts. But here's a miracle. You can always come back. Right now, you can give yourself a pause. You can breathe. You can look around, feel your body, hear this voice, and realize the only real place you can live is here. The only time that is true is now. Not tomorrow, not 2004, now, right now. And when you keep doing this, returning to the present again and again, a strange kind of silence appears inside you. This mental chatter eventually fades away. Your mind loosens its grip on these petty issues, and you go easy and flow with this moment. And that's when peace walks in like an old friend that you forgot, that you missed. Now that is your real power. That is your way back home. Not by fixing every thought, but by waking up from an imaginary show that has been played inside your mind. You can start with small things. Feel the water on your hands when you wash your hands. Notice the breeze on your face when you're sitting outside or inside, wherever. Listen to the tone of the person speaking right next to you, not just their words, but what their intent might be. Be here, not in your head, not in your fears, just here. Because this present moment, that is where your peace lives. This is where your clarity lives. This is where you live. I hope this video stays with you, just like it calms me down. I wish this understanding calms you down. This is Bhavish Ahuja from Mind Healing with Bhavish. If you do like this video, you can choose to subscribe to this channel. There are many videos that I continue to create on these deeper subjects. If you feel like, if you have somebody in your mind whom you would like to share this with, some friend, some relative, some family member, you feel free to do that. And I shall see you in the next video. Until then, I wish you all the best. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. And thank you so much for tuning in. I shall see you very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.